is up, you guys? My name is Madison. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be doing a mid-year wrap-up. I have tried filming this video so many times. I've tried filming it literally for months now, and I don't know what's going on, why I don't just like should have just posted or anything, but I just can't do it. So the first two books, I will pop a picture up right here of them because one was on Kindle and the other one I gave to my partner. But the first one is What I Feel When I Don't Want to Feel Anything at All by Robert M. Drake. I love Robert M. Drake. His poetry is phenomenal and it's amazing and I love it. And I absolutely recommend it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The second one that I read was the first book in the Lancaster Prep series. I do not remember the name of it. I liked it, but I would recommend not reading it if you're not into like a high school spicy romance. They are both of age, so it's not like super weird, but I know that some people just don't like high school. But right now, literally the only thing I've been reading is the Lancaster Prep series, so hopefully in the next month or so I kind of break away from only reading that and actually read the books on my physical TBR. Anyway, but yeah, those are the two books that I wanted to just pop in and say that I read those. But yeah, I'm also not going to include any comic books that I read, because while I do count them toward my like book goal, I don't really read comic books. They're not really my thing, and I mostly read them while I was working. So yeah, anyway, now on to the physical books that I have next to me. These are in no particular order. I don't have any notes on them. I'm just telling you what I remember about them. So the first one I have is Something Broken, Something Beautiful, Volume 1, by Robert M. Drake. I love this. Like I said, I love Robert M. Drake. He is literally my favorite poet, and I 110% recommend. The artwork is so good. But yeah. Next, I have Dash Nelly's Book of Dares. I'd recommend just watching the show. This seems like they wanted to take a like middle grade book and make it like YA adult by adding the word like fuck and shit, and it didn't really work. Just watch the show. Next, I have It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. I love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love how Ned really talked about mental illness, especially following Greg, who I believe is 15 years old. Bless me. But he really talks about how it affects his relationships with his peers and with his family. And you can just like really see inside like the mind of Greg. Like I recommend. Next, I have Honestly Ben by Bill Coningsburg. This is the second book to Openly Straight. I did not like Openly Straight. I don't remember much about this book. I actually kind of want to reread it. But this is a queer book. I listened to the audiobook. But yeah, this is about a guy questioning his sexuality. Talking about, like in the first book, it follows Rafe, short for Raphael, and his relationship, and I just didn't like it. But in this one, it follows his relationship with a girl named Hannah, and I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, I do recommend this one, but I don't recommend the first one, if that makes any sense. Next, I have Messenger by Lois Lowry. This is the third book in the Giver Quartet. All I have left is Sun, which is somewhere on my shelf. So this book, like, it's not my favorite out of the quartet, but it's good nonetheless. Next, I have Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. 1, I love Nick Robinson and his faces on this book. 2, I don't like the blackmail. I feel like everybody knows what this book is about, and if you don't, I'm sure everybody's seen Love, Simon, and so long as they're not like homophobic or anything. But I don't like the blackmail. It's not a good, I don't vibe with it. Next, I have It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. It was a gift from my friend. I don't like Colleen Hoover. Moving on. I have The Kiss Curse by Aaron Sterling. I liked The XX a lot more. I really don't like that they kept the queer thing going until the very end. Like, they just don't mention it. And it makes me really upset because the main woman in this book is bisexual, and they just don't mention it, like, at all. Anyway, moving on. It was good. I recommend it still. Next, I have The Cheerleaders by Cara Thomas. This book, it was so, like, painstakingly bad, but it was also so painstakingly good. Like, I was like, you know, like, that's how I felt reading this book. Like, I made my mom buy me this book because I was in such a bad I'm still in a really bad reading slump, don't get me wrong, but I was in such a bad reading slump that looking at a book made me anxious. And I have 2 very tall shelves and then another, like, kind of smaller shelf full of books, and this book helped me get out of it. I was like, the ending was the good part, okay? I was like, because nobody knows what's happening. Like, it's a very unreliable narrator, and I liked it. I recommend it. If you're in a book slump and you like thrillers, I recommend it. Next, I have Twisted Games by Anna Hung. I'm currently reading Twisted Hate, and I love these. I literally read them in one freaking sitting. This one is about Bridget and her bodyguard. I don't remember his name. What's his name? Literally, what is his name? Reese. That's his name. I don't know why I didn't remember that, because it's spelled stupid. It's R-H-Y-S. That's stupid. Spell Reese R-E-E-C-E or R-E-E-S-E and be normal. Anyway, moving on. I recommend these books with literally my whole heart and soul. That's all I have to say about that. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I still haven't seen the show, but I love the book. Like, I annotated it, everything. I love this book so much. I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 because at the time I was struggling with things, but I was enthralled in this book. And on my TikTok, I have a full read through of my thoughts on this book. You see certain annotations and stuff. So yeah, if you want a more, like, in-depth review and want me to watch the show and give you my reaction to that, I'd love to do that because I love this book. I also love the album. Next, I have A Child's Garden of Verses by Robert Louis Stevenson. This book literally came out in, like, the 1800s. I got it for literally, like, $4 somewhere. 1885. Yeah, I got it for, like, $4. It was okay. I'm not, like, an old poetry girl or anything, so yeah. Next, I have The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag. I got this because it's queer. I got this because it's a graphic novel. I got this because I feel like this could push me out of a reading slump. And was it okay? Yes. Was it anything mind-boggling, groundbreaking? No. Not really. I feel like it went too fast. Next, I have Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. I liked this book. I loved the Penn State rep. We are. Literally everybody's phone is dead. I've gotten notifications, like, every person that I have on Life 360, their phone is under 10%, and it's really weird. Anyway, I don't understand the big deal. Maybe when, like, the Black Lives Matter movement was, like, I would understand the appeal. And do Black Lives Matter? Yes, that is not what I'm saying. It just feels like another book. It feels like they're trying to... I'm from the South, by the way, and I go to school in the North, so I have kind of like an insight, and I'm a person of color. But it feels like they're just trying to weaponize and minimize a white woman's trauma to make the black guy look better, because I think that Alex went through absolute hell. If you've read the book, you understand, but I don't know, they should have just made Alex and Amira. They should just make them get together, honestly. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen in the whole book. Anyway, the last book that I have is Atomic Habits by James Clear. From a psychological standpoint, a psychology major standpoint, it's okay. It's not anything great. I think if you need a good, like, place to start, this is good. But it didn't fix my ex-boyfriend. It's not going to fix your alcoholic father. That's really all I gotta say to that. Anyway, that's all the books. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books. That's pretty good. Considering that I was a full-time college student with a part-time job, and then I went into the worst reading slump of my life. But I also read like 10 books in a week before going back to college. It was insane. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. All my social media will also be down below, and I will see you next time, wherever that may be. Bye!